All right, we are going to be doing some review for our exam. I'm going to be showing you some examples of questions that you will be seeing and just reminding you how you can use Desmos to answer those questions. When we have Desmos pulled up, I think the first thing that you should do is click on the wrench, projector mode, uncheck minor grid lines, and put a 1 here. This makes our graph paper look a little bit more normal. If I made my screen big, you guys can see that this is how we should be looking at things. All right, so let's look at this type of question. It says, which best describes the solution to, and it has this equation. Now remember, when you're asked to do equations, anything about equations, we're going to type the left side of the equal sign in one line and the right side of the equal sign in another line. Notice how the variable in this problem is a. The only thing that we can type in Desmos right now is x. So I'm going to type this in. When we do this, we see what our lines look like on our graph. Remember, parallel lines, we want to make sure we zoom out just to make sure there's no possibility of them crossing anywhere, and it does not look like they do. All right, so parallel lines would be no solutions. Infinite solution is where we only see one line, and one solution is where they intersect once. This question right here is an inequality, and it's different from equations because with inequalities, we put them all in the same line in Desmos. So 20x plus 68. Remember to get the inequality signs, you guys, I might have to make this bigger for a second. You guys will click this little keyboard and you can access them there. Okay. All right, having a little bit of an issue here. All right, let's keep going. All right, so I'm going to click on it. Then I've got my negative 8x plus 12. And I can see that it is a solid line that intersects through the number -2. So over here, because it's a solid line, we would have a solid line on our number line. I mean a solid circle filled in at -2. Ooh, this is not looking too good, but we all know what this is, a -2. All right, it is shading to the left, so our arrow would go to the left. All right, what is the equation of a line perpendicular to the line y equals -2x plus 4 and goes through the point 60? What we want to remember here is perpendicular. For perpendicular slopes, we look at the original slope and then we flip it. So -2 is the same thing as -2 over 1. And when I flip -2 over 1, I end up getting -1 over 2. And the next step for perpendicular after you flip it is you take the opposite. So you flip it and change the sign. This is a negative, so to change the sign, it is now going to become positive. I add my x, and I'm trying to find the equation of this line. So I now know the slope because it's perpendicular, but I do not know the y-intercept. So I just type in plus b, and I'll click add slider. Then I type in the next piece of information that the problem tells me, and that is what the point goes through. All right, I can see it pop up. I will move my line until it crosses through evenly. So I can see right here that my y-intercept is -3, and it's telling me also that my y-intercept is -3 here. So the equation of a line perpendicular to this would be y equals 1/2 x minus 3. You might see a problem like this. It says, which graph represents the equation y equals 3x minus 2? And you will have pictures of graphs. The only thing that you need to do is match pictures. Type it in Desmos, match the picture, and select your answer. The same thing with inequalities. Instead of y equals, it could have been y is greater than or equal to, and you just match your pictures. Remember, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to have the solid lines. Greater than or less than have dotted lines. What is the equation of a line that crosses through the points 5, -5, and 0, 2? The first thing we want to find out is our slope. So to find slope in Desmos, we type the points in one line in Desmos. And I make sure I put my comma here. I want to hold this down for a second and turn on my lines. And now I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see. And now I can find my slope. So I go up, 1, 2, 3, and I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my slope is 3 over 5, but I need to tell if it is positive or negative. And if I read from left to right, I hit here first, I follow it, I go down. So I know that my slope is negative 3 over 5 x, and I can see right here that my y-intercept is negative 2. Also, this coordinate point is an example of a y-intercept, so it'd be y equals negative 3 over 5x minus 2. And that's how we would do that problem. Okay, moving right along. This is asking you to find the slope. Now, the difference in this problem is it's given it to you as the equation, but y is not in the form of y equals. So we cannot just look at the number in front of x. Computer's not wanting to work. And say that, oh, the slope is 6, it's attached to x. No, y is not by itself. So you would have to go to Desmos and type it in exactly how you see it. And because it's asking for slope, you type it all in one line. Okay? And then you would just count your rise over your run to get your slope. All right, what are some points that could be a solution to y is less than 2x minus 4? Let's type it in. Y is less than 2x minus 4. Remember, solutions are found anywhere in the shaded area. If there is a point, such as our x-intercept 2, 0, this could not be a solution because it is on the dotted line. Any point over here in the white area also cannot be a solution. However, if this was less than or equal to, my x-intercept could be a solution because it's on a solid line. So when asked to see if points are solutions, remember, if it's on a dot, it's not on a line, you're fine. Also in the shaded areas where your solutions are as well. Okay, what are the x and y intercepts? I can't just look at this and tell what the x and y intercepts, but it's a good thing Desmos will tell me. So 14x plus 12y equals 84. We did the hard part, y'all. Let Desmos finish it for you. My y-intercept, where it intercepts my y-axis, is 0, 7. The number is in the y spot. And my x-axis is where it intercepts, or my x-intercept is where it intercepts the x-axis. And it's at 6, 0. Notice how the number is in my x spot. And that's what you need to know. Good luck on your exam.